Hello, my name is Tammy Pollitt. My pronouns are she and her, and I am the Regional Council Manager with Berta 5 Illinois, Region 54, covering Vermilion County. Thank you for watching Region 54's Early Childhood Regional Needs Assessment virtual report. This recording session will provide an overview of findings from Verta 5 Illinois Region 54 Needs Assessment, as well as talk about the strengths, needs, and recommendation for improving access to and enrolling in an early childhood education and care program in the region. A link to the full report can be found in the description below. If you would like to turn on closed caption, click the CC icon at the bottom of the video. This will turn on the captions. If you want a language other than English, click on the gear icon for settings, click on subtitles, and then auto translate, and you can scroll down and pick the language you want. 21, the Illinois Commission on Equitable Early Childhood Education and Care Funding issued a report with findings highlighting the inequities in early childhood funding in Illinois and the need to create a better statewide infrastructure to support early childhood professionals, expand services and programs for families and caregivers, and increase enrollment in ECEC programs. The report focuses on the importance of addressing racial inequities and the need to include local voices in the conversation that funders and decision makers were having about early childhood education and care. To provide a structure for communities, families, and caregivers to engage in data and share their experience, a new statewide infrastructure was created across 39 regions, all of which align with the existing Illinois State Board of Education Regional Office of Education boundaries, but operate independently. Berta 5 Illinois regional boundaries align with the school district instead of strictly following county lines, which can be a challenge for gathering and interpreting data because many early childhood services are provided by or tied to school districts. Region 54 in Vermilion County is located east central part of the state, east of Champaign-Urbana and west of the Indiana border. It is traditional home to the Council of Peoria, Maya, Okishstequin, Kastesia, Kikapa nations. Danville is our largest city, which most of the area is small rural towns. They are all located within 30 minutes of Danville. We have one community college, Danville Area Community College, DAC, and one college of nursing, Lakeview Nursing, both located in Danville. Joining me in Region 54 office is Caitlin Doubles, our Family and Community Engagement Specialist, and our admin support, Brooke Davis. Is a knowledge families, caregivers, and early childhood professionals gain while navigating the complexity of the state's early childhood education and care system are valuable, and understanding their lived experiences and local content is vital for decision makers to ensure communities have access to the programs, services, and support they need. To this end, Berta 5 Illinois was created to harness families and caregivers' voice in early childhood education and care and serve as a bridge between the community and policymakers so family, caregiver, and professional experiences can guide the decision made to expand or enhance services across the state. Our mission is to create a statewide regional infrastructure that will amplify input from the community in the development of policy and funding priorities. We support the mobilization of communities to build and sustain equitable access to inclusive, high quality early childhood services for all children and family in the state of Illinois. We envision that our work will help all stakeholders reimagine a more equitable early childhood education and care system that respects family and community voice and works to ensure it is centered and prioritized at every level of decision making in Illinois. We have three main values and goals. First, we must prioritize family voice. Through this transformation centered on authentic family and community engagement, we will address the inequitable distribution of resources and services and rebuild our state's early childhood education and care system. Second, we must address the racial inequities that exist in the early childhood system. And in order to move to the early childhood education and care system to be one where race is no longer impacted by a child's success, we will work to dismantle barriers that have limited access to high quality services for minoritized children in every corner of our state. Third, we will use collective impact model to shift the current early childhood education system to influence policy and funding at local, regional, and state level. Birth 5 Illinois will use community-driven feedback to build a system that harnesses knowledge directly from families and providers and encourage decision makers to ensure that new and/or expanded services are created in order to meet the community's needs. Two critical parts of the new statewide infrastructure are family councils and action councils. Located in each of the 39 regions, the councils provide feedback on quantitative data from the Illinois Early Childhood Assessment Map, or ICAM, and the Illinois Network for Child Care Resource and Referral Agencies, or INCRA, to help contextualize the data at the local level. The councils met twice a month in virtual, in-person, or hybrid meetings. The family councils are comprised of families, parents, and caregivers from a wide variety of family types: single parents, adoptive, foster parents, caregivers and relatives, teen parents, two-parent families, multi-generational families, and more, and prioritize the voices of those who have not been involved in this type of work before. We want to highlight those who have been involved in our Region 54's Family Council over the past year and thank them for sharing their experience with the early childhood system. Alexandria, Tatiana, Brittany, Christina, Arian, Melinda, Carrie, Ariana, Courtney, Jonathan, Ashley, Haley, Jerry, Jenna Lynn, Jennifer. Beyond the council meeting, additional data was collected community-wide through focus groups and interviews, and all council members were invited to provide input on each section of the Early Childhood Regional Needs Assessment. Council members developed the strengths, needs, and recommendations, next steps, that are unique to each region. Regional teams, along with the support of their Action and Family Council members, created a dissemination plan and are holding community meetings virtually and in person to share the report's findings. The following slides highlight some data that was collected by council members and provides insights into the early childhood education and care landscape in our region. Region 54 is home to 76,704 residents, 5,622 of whom are children ages birth to 5. The region is racially diverse as 62% of the residents identify as white, 25% identify as Black or African American, 8% identify as Hispanic or Latino, and 5% identify as another race. Danville is the largest city in Region 54 and the most racially and ethnically diverse community. 29,204 residents call Danville home. 33% of whom identify as Black or African American, 9% who identify as American Indian, Native Alaskan, Asian, Native Hawaiian, or Pacific Islander, and some other race. 7% identify as Hispanic or Latino. 6% identify as two or more races, with the remaining residents identifying as white. Council members were specifically interested in understanding how priority populations experience in early childhood care system in Region 54. The Illinois Early Learning identifies priority populations as a group that has been historically underserved by early childhood education and care programs. In Region 54, priority populations include, but are not limited to, children living in poverty, children experiencing homelessness, children involved in the welfare, children being raised by a relative. The purpose of understanding priority populations experience early childhood education and care is to drive resources and attention toward improving access to high quality services for children and families with little to no access. While data on the children and families from priority population is limited, there are a few statistics to note for Region 54. According to the 2020 census, 72% of the children ages birth to 5 live at or below the 200% federally poverty level, meaning that many of them were eligible for at least one or more state-funded early childhood programs. Data from the Illinois State Board of Education shows that in 2020, 81 kindergarten students were experiencing homelessness. Based on the most current data available, 273 children are involved in the welfare system, meaning they live with a foster family, are taken care of by a relative, or resides in an independent group home, or have some other living arrangements. Additional information about priority population is woven into the Region 54 Early Childhood Regional Needs Assessment Report. Community collaborations are an integral part of early childhood landscape. Local early childhood community collaboration brings together community agencies, organizations, and individuals with a shared vision or goal. They understand the importance of improving early childhood education and care for children, caregivers, and providers. Our region does not have a formal ECEC community collaboration. However, establishing one could help the region strengthen and improve access to ECEC programs and services. More information about what a local collaboration is and can do can be found in the Regional Needs Assessment. Region 54 is home to a variety of early childhood education and care programs and services. Yet, there are not enough programs, providers, or slots to ensure that all children and families can access what they need and want. One community member stated, often parents do not know what programs and services are available to support their child's early learning and developmental needs. Wait lists at childcare centers and the availability of childcare in our region plays a significant barrier for families and caregivers. Families and caregivers report that they highly depend on grandparents or other family members to help care for their children. Some parents share that they quit their jobs or turn down career advancements due to the lack of available childcare. The Illinois Department of Human Services, or IDHS, manages the Child Care Assistance Program, also known as CCAP, which provides financial assistance to qualifying families to help pay for childcare. The program helps families access a quality, affordable childcare options so they can continue to work and/or continue their education. Families are required to share a cost of this based on a sliding scale that considers family size and income. However, not all providers accept CCAP. It is important to note that publicly funded preschool options are available in the region, including Early Head Start, Preschool for All, and Preschool for All expansion. Yet not all programs are full day, nor do all programs provide transportation to and from the program, leaving many families who qualify for publicly funded programs not able to enroll their child. Community meetings, focus groups, interviews, surveys. Stakeholders emphasize the need for more affordable childcare and preschool options, staffed with providers and teachers who are well paid, supported, and who aspire to devote their career to early childhood education and care. Similar to other areas in the state, Region 54 is experiencing a teacher staff shortage, preventing the ECEC from operating at full capacity or expanding to meet the community's needs. The teacher and staff shortage has a high turnover rate in Region 54. One community member noted that early childhood education and care staff are not always properly trained to support children's social and emotional needs, and that background checks take too long for some potential ECEC staff that they find another job in another field that pays a higher wage. Families' engagement is important to promoting healthy child development and learning and well-being. Early childhood education and care programs and services must continue to nurture positive relationships between families and staff and support all families. One mother shared, I would not have been able to support my baby without the Bridges program at the Women's Care Clinic. Yet other challenges for families remain, including difficulties accessing programs and services that align with their child's unique needs, transportation to and from programs, and expanding the mental health services. Community and council members identify several strengths and needs of the early childhood system in the region. For the sake of time, I will only share a few. Key strengths: We have a variety of early childhood education and care programs and services in our region. Our community has resources to support children and families. We have several educational and professional development programs for current and prospective ECEC professionals. Key needs. Families need more information regarding their childcare options and easier access to affordable childcare. The region needs more high-quality, full-day, second and third shift childcare options. The early childhood education and care workforce needs an infusion of new talent, increase of learning and development opportunities, and higher wages. Based on community and council conversations, recommendations have been made on how early childhood education and care programs and services can be improved for families in the region. Recommendations will be presented to lawmakers, state agencies, local elected officials, and funders so they can better understand the needs for the families in the region and share the recommendations with them so they can see how to best meet these needs. These are a few recommendations made, but more can be found in the Regional Needs Assessment. Recommendation number 1, expand early childhood education and care funding and subsidize so more families can access programs and services that they need. Recommendation number 2, increase the number of early childhood education and care providers and slots for the children in our region. Recommendation number 3, improve access to early childhood education and care programs and services throughout the region. Recommendation number 4, develop an early childhood education and information hub to build awareness of existing programs and services throughout our region. Recommendation number 5, grow the early childhood education and care workforce by increasing wages and improving benefits. Summer, we will be out in the community talking to more families, providers, and stakeholders about their experience with early childhood education and care. And we want to talk to you. We invite community members, families, and early childhood professionals to join the conversation by filling out a council interest form. Please go to www.birth25il.com/councils. Click on the link in the description to get involved. Interest forms will be closed later this summer, which council meetings will fully resume in August. Birth to Five is a proud department of INCRA, Illinois Network of Child Care Resource and Referral Agencies. We are grateful for funding from the Illinois State Board of Education and the Illinois Department of Human Services. I want to thank our state partners for their support and for you for watching. We encourage you to stay in touch with us by visiting our regional page at www.birth25il.com/region 54, joining our Facebook group, or by reaching out to me through email at tpolitt, POLLITT, at birth25il.com. Links to our pages, along with my email address, are available in the description below. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to connecting with you very soon.